rolling. A little bit of a difference maker here as we move over to Lava Fisher instead of going over to the outskirts of Fragment East and taking to the skies Wolves, man. Their fans are going crazy right behind us, and for all the right reasons. No Name on the Wraith, going back to back, rolling out with the Bangalore, by the way, and the Cat. It's crazy too to see, as you already see, feeling some of that pressure when shimmy-shitting his way inside this building, having to cover his back with the nade. Needs some help here, hopefully gets it, because it's NIP who tried to isolate him.
And PXX, who have laid siege towards VP here, have pushed them out and taken down Ozus. With one already down and another bleeding, Virtus Pro have left the lobby. Here's the deal, Vicky. With 2 matches to go, and if you're in like 19th place like PXX are, the rookies from APAC North, what do you have to lose at this point?
Exactly.
You set fire to the lobby.
Time to cause chaos. This is literally the perfect time right now. This is what I love when it comes to our ALGS lands. We get a little bit of a mix-up on the rule set where these teams are playing so desperate when you have 2 more games to go. PXX had nothing to lose. They sent it onto VP, who honestly, being on that later half of the overall standings, I mean, not even having an opportunity, it's going to be literally a miracle. I don't think it's going to happen here. But now you take a look at the teams who want to soak up more of these points, the teams who are so close to making it in this top 6. Ziplining around is going to be Zipline Mafia, Kazak being on that pathy, playing off with the Bangalore from Excuse as well as the Cossack from Weak Q, but you can see the pings coming in. They're isolated in the Lava Siphon, but there will be Flat who are trailing right behind them eventually. NIP, by the way, do manage to trail behind Wolves after trying to harass that player off on the low ground. You see the side-by-side. We did see this fight just earlier from this replay. It's going to be PXX harassing VP, while Aurora on the bottom left, this is what's happening live, is her facing off against VK Gaming over by Monument. But it's the wrap-up here for this fight in the way that a lot of these teams are trying to collapse on one another, because honestly, the Aurora versus VK Gaming isn't the only one. It's also E36 and Shopify with the 3P of Genji.
The fact that you have Aurora and VK Gaming fighting, it's like your 2025 champions of EWC and your 26 champions, or your 2024 and 2025. I forget what year it is sometimes, but you're right. Shopify Rebellion up in the north. Genji Esports seek to disengage here. And honestly, sometimes you do just have to kind of focus on getting information and prioritizing that before you get to that end game. For the majority of our teams, they've already gone out west, and collapsing out here near Monument and Fragment will be difficult.
Well, Keon is frying DJ, unfortunately, with the Sheila. It's happening with a lot of these teams trying to get aggressive. Shopify Rebellion are looking down at Genji, who wanted to get the ring console information isolated before they move up E36. If they take out Neo, could easily split their attention into harassing Shopify, unless Shopify hear the shots and probably want to go in for the 3P. But having to be careful knowing Genji right behind them. This is the fight that we were expecting. E36 in trouble though. Neither of these 2 players have these Evo shields. They go take the portal. He's got the Sheila. Jumping around the corner isn't going to be enough. Neo, who needs this KP, find a double knock instead. They eliminate Ubli, and now you could see the Solo who's trying to run for their life. Can Shopify be the saving grace to involve themselves in this fight?
And this is where the game can make or break you. You're in 4th place, inside the top 6 by just 4 points. Down to a Solo, a regain needed. But what options do you have to make that happen? For now, the Wraith as the Solo. Synap will do his best to get the dynamic duo back. We turn our attention deep into zone with Tai up here on the Mirage de Trois. Umi-chan cut down from amped cover in the distance.
Out of the poke pressure, right? And Chaos feeling that pressure. Playing off this low ground, we've seen zones like this end up pooling on the outskirts of Mirage Ottawa, while TIE are down to a duel. F-Chan looking to heal up.
Danger close.
They should be able to get Umi-chan back in for now, but they do have JD Gaming. That is the team that is staring down them from that height on the zip. The issue is here, you're going to be looking at a couple of different teams as people look through. Dinos out in the distance by Tai, FORFUN, and GK that have been so consistent in acquiring points across all of our maps that we've seen. But to the north we go again for WRG Neo. Jen with a survey beacon.
Oh yeah, getting that scan too, because now they know E36 are right around the corner. You see Neo on the other side here, as they are going to be able to TP through. Thanks to having that Void Nexus activated, you could hear the shots off the Hemlock, but being able to find Akba on this fight, he says, take me back. He doesn't get the crack, doesn't want to overextend everybody. Playing a bit scared, the Kickstarter. Juksu does have that Axel. Trying to miss out on the Nitro Gate before the Kickstarter comes in from behind them. Some revenge from Genji as Juksu sends out his own. And now they're looking to try to take this Void Nexus before canceling it, because you have Aqua being able to find that knock onto Asia. Needs some help from Jukso, who's trying to pump the shoot up behind him. No way! Coming in is going to be E36 re-involving themselves. They see the opportunity. They hear the fights. This is going to be that 3-team pile-up over by Epi.
You tell me that you immediately focus on resetting and diving back into the fight on the reset. Genji. A moment of reprieve as Asia hits the med kit and focuses on that path that we have. I see that we have a couple of options, right? You can go Skyhook and come in through the north. You could drop down, carve through Monument. But this is what awaits you out of the south. Kazakh there with the zipline to the high ground. Can they lay siege to GK? Keon, 1 HP.
This is important for Zipline Mafia, being one of those teams outside the cups at 58 points, at 7th place overall, underneath NIP, who are at 61. They take the high ground here. They take another KP with GK leading the path with 71 points. This is big. Playing ring around the Rosie, around the amp shields. Keon holding up for dear life. Help me as GK get eliminated. This is great for Zipline Mafia. Looking on the other side and trying to stay alive on Pride Rock. They've now cleared the southern side of the zone. They're feeling the pressure from the teams trying to poke at them from afar. Wolves, TIE, Flat are now rotating on the bridge outside of staging, but it's the pile up over on the outskirts of Lava and Countdown.
And Dinos, another team, NIP, the 6th place. 1 point is keeping them inside the top 6. And for now, we remain inside. Dinos and Flat. Another story as we see Chaos go down. DJ immediately investing the portal. J Future only surviving by the mobile shield.
Right here.
And trying to escape, but where do you go?
Well, looking to get the res. Actually really smart to do it right next to the start of the portal. Oh no, but they still get the re-knock. QQ just looking at him. Said, you know what? Never mind. Let's just take this portal instead. Where can I go? But it's still risky no matter what, because Flat are now looking at this. They heard the res. Now they fully send it. They're looking to get some KP, but I mean, they're in dead last. This is just a grief them at the end of the day. Dino now losing out on 2, trying to stay alive with Nano chasing down against the lone warrior DJ, who is running for his life. Dino's currently at 64 points in 5th place. Not big of a gap, but ooh, nice little chicken nay landing at the feet of Nano after he yeeted it up to the sky. Nano says, all right, we're going to still try to follow up with this here. Do we try to fully extend it? He's forced us to be stuck by the tunnel side before rotating, perhaps through landslide, because E36 now are also going into the other side of Dinos. They hear this fight, and they're going to be the sandwich to the other side of the solo, forcing Dinos to back away towards Harvester.
But what he does here, the Wraith baits him as he goes out into the circle. Enter Force 36 is lurking throughout the tunnels. They don't peek, but keep your eyes, because we have 1 med kit, 6 syringes.
I mean, dude, what? They're still
We go back in the void.
They're griefing them. Flat is griefing that solo Dinos.
Why do they care? They're in 20th place.
I mean, what? The fact that DJ's, yeah, it's true. I mean, DJ's literally feeling this right now. We've all been here within our own games, and you're trying to stay alive as the last one for your squad.
And we time it. We pop the syringe. We can go into the void after this, but Flat call off the chase. My guy, you don't know what's waiting for you on the other side of this. It doesn't get easier, DJ.
It doesn't. He's forced to heal up. I mean, at least he will have some time. It is ring 3 countdown next here, but he'll have some respite before coming in behind WGR. Neo calls on the evac in front of Neo, so they definitely hear this. Let's see how they react when they come out of the choke that leads into landslide. Dinos now with that 1 solo is trying to keep the dream up for the rest of his team. He's going to fly over Neo for now while we take a look at Zipline Mafia after they were able to win that fight originally, now looking down at Flat and VK Gaming, and now Dinos, that's 1 solo, is going to wrap completely around Monument.
But he lands on a replicator. We are going for a reset. Not too many heals to go. Back to Zipline. pop the survey beacon, get the information, because Flat came back into the ring at this location. And I'm saying if we got this Hemlock, we got the breach charge, we are ready to let it fly. But there's going to be a couple of teams in our way as we make our move in through the southern side of things. Ty and VK Gaming still.
I mean, if we could look at what's happening on landside too, because Neo were actually down to one member. That one solo of Dinos actually wrapped around them while they were fixated on getting the res, and now is alive right next to E36. So much happening on each end of the outskirts of the zone while the zone is starting to close behind their backs. This one's gonna hurt while Zipline Mafia continue to claim names. This is a great look for this team to overtake NIP, a 1-point difference in this game 9. Remember, after this, there's only one more to go, and Zipline want to be able to secure themselves in the final lobby.
They're currently tied with 6th place, 61 points. And we keep focusing forward. Enter for 46, you were asking about them. WGR Neo on the other side. The blue to purple disparity. Synapse trying to take the angles, but all the nades coming through. And we are burning.
Fact that Dinos goes out like that too. Unfortunate, the solo cannot stay alive. Dire situations here with 64 points, but it really depends on how Zipline, FORFUN, and even NIP rise up. With WGR looking at E36, just a matter of time. Genji want to prio on their rotate. NIP looking on to harass these teams on the edge of zone, while the likes of Wolves, TIE, Zipline, FORFUN still piled up as Zipline, yes, are eliminated. They got to 61 points. They're still tied with NIP, but the difference is NIP are still alive. They can further themselves as Wolves with the Thermite TPing back up. Tied now get eliminated. 14 squads left, and Wolves playing this safe with 69 total points. They know they lead the way.
And Ty fall also. But falling in 7th is Zipline Mafia, Vicky, like you said, with one game left to get them into the top 6. And one game to further it as VKG sets their sights, but it's just LQ, last standing. He knocks another. The Newcastle goes for the res. Controlling not only that, but the mobile shield. And back to the fight we go. He gets it. No!
VK Gaming get eliminated. Our former EWC champs are out of this lobby in 13th. This is tough. I mean, they're literally only have 40 total points, sitting in 14th. No matter what, though, now Genji, who have been rising up, have an opportunity to slide in. They got that knock originally. You can see the portal happening right in front of E36. They're trying to keep it up here, too, because round 4 is closing behind their backs, and they have to start moving, and FORFUN are waiting for them on the other side of the edge of zone.
Just know you're getting griefed at this point. It's going to be open. It's going to be scary, and JD Gaming are center zone in the building holding. But all these teams fighting for positioning there. If you have a Newcastle, you're feeling better. Here comes Genji, NIP, a fight for the life.
Talk about having the Newcastle. Kurev gets the blast with the EVA 8 double tap in hand. Oh my goodness, that nade! Genji do get eliminated though. The Enter Force 36 now Showface right behind them. And now NIP feeling pressure, but right behind them, having to be careful. It's going to be Synetic. That may be the insurance that they need off the longbow. Now you have the Kickstarter you have to worry about. Synapse taking to the skies, having to drop down, hide behind these Newcastle walls, trying to get the reset and the res. FORFUN now Showface, but E36 are sandwiched between DCG and FORFUN.
He's trying to break the wall. He's trying to rip their cover away from them. And you even have the caustic ult for FORFUN. Focusing on what they need. Enter Force 36, get amped covers up. Their wall still being poked and prodded. Amped covers going down. And we are turtled.
Stop harassing us, please. We're trying to stay alive. They break down the barrier. DCG also try to scoop that up because it's all about this MP.
One mobile shield from a Newcastle holding them, and they're sending it full fire. How do we get out the race with a portal?
He keeps him alive for right now. They do get the knock temporarily, but this portal play, Synapse could be the savior. Oh no!
Not there.
A horror movie for Synapse as he tries to keep E36 up. He gets the TP, he gets Hoobly, and they're looking to get this red, but now they look behind him. This is so much pressure that they're feeling, and FORFUN are not letting loose.
Because E36 haven't had a moment to reset. FORFUN is just sending it back to the portals. They go straight into the hands of Deep Cross Gaming. And Synapse tries.
Dude. He took the... They're still chasing him! Dude, everybody was looking at this team. He's still running for his life. The fact that they took the portal back, by the way. Synap, the fact that he gets behind this crate to pop this med kit. The Wraith plays are immaculate. 10 squads left and Aurora get eliminated next. JDG getting some KP. Same thing for Wolves. Shopify to follow. And with Wolves holding the other side of the tracks, you're looking at Synetic, RQ holding the building, holding the roof. You see the catwalk coming up, blocking vision to allow this safe rotate, to allow them to move up on FORFUN.
And are we gonna drop piercing spikes to prevent the climb up? Piercing spikes to on the low ground. And FORFUN have a moment to breathe. You see Synap portaling in the distance yet again in the void. And for now, we hit the back of the Arc Sword! The caustic barrel!
He said, leave me alone. Oh my gosh, he's right in front of Straight from Flame. Straight from Flame does not see him.
Hey,
oh my
RRQ didn't
goodness!
see Panic. He never saw Panic.
Synap is still alive for E36. He's seeing the action. He knows he's out of line of sight of the team right across from them. Wolves now closing the gap. He's trying to coexist. I mean, No Name is going to definitely see him. The fact that he hasn't seen him. Oh my gosh, he's hiding behind the bottom lip of the building is insane.
That's our Wraith. That's our Wraith. That's our Wraith, let me tell you. Synap right there, but the breach charge from No Name. Does he know that Synap is there, or are we just sending to the building? No, because he's looking at RRQ.
Yeah, that's why they've been trying to harass him. I mean, the fact that they got the knock onto Straight from Flame, he gets back up. But that's why No Name is creating this space for the rest of his team. Okay, KNC, they built a house behind the amp barriers, behind the Newcastle wall, and floating. Has been finding himself catching this KP. Naughty to follow up to find Chappie. With 8 squads left, they're not giving up this house. Final zone, and a lot of these teams have congregated over to the north side, while that Solo still stays alive for now. Chappie is the next victim of a lot of these split up teams. KNC now down to a duel, but once again, E36 down to that Solo. And a lot of these teams, NIP2, utilizing that Nox grenade before moving up now. It's going to be Wolves to the portal.
And they portal to the truck. FORFUN at their backs. Ninjas in pajamas on the low ground, fighting Deep Cross Gaming. They grab the knock onto one, Xiaoqi here. And they hold steady behind the wall, throwing the caustic barrel on him. Here comes Kinatrope for the third party.
Welcome to the Dutch oven. Cole putting down the barrels, dancing around the Newcastle wall. Vayne looking behind him on the Wraith as DCG fall. 7 squads left. Cole has had one heck of a performance until now, where NIP get eliminated. KNC keep themselves up. That's all still alive for right now, but Wolves, they're out for blood. They're hungry. 6 squads left, looking down at FORFUN.
And JD Gaming, you saw Naughty there disappear back into the building for a reset. And as Wolves cover the piercing spikes to prevent Synap, I feel like we should be... No, he stalled out! It's Easy Flash who finds him.
Hey, it's free KP, but he lived, and that is what matters when it's so close to the top. So close for our top 6 right now, RRQ. No one to look at them. Wolves get eliminated. FORFUN really only have to worry about RRQ as they face off against each other on the south side, and Kinotrope trying to dive it on to JD Gaming.
And it's all about who gets sent first. And this infinite ammo behind the amped cover of Easy Flash. He's on path. He's going for the zip. He's going for JDG.
Oh, what an aggressive play from Easy Flash. It cost his life. Was it going to be worth it here? Now Straight from Flame taking the portal here. The rest coming in from Nags. Fawn now trying to stay in this fight in the last two squads as JD Gaming go out. And so does FORFUN now as they are your Game 9 winners. They moved up